All right, ladies and gentlemen, back in from the break here on In My Own Words, hottest form of Crimson Tide football news, notes, and information on a Friday. I appreciate everybody for jumping into that YouTube chat line and checking us out here on today. And we look at one LaBryan Ray on the defensive line here for Alabama. And quite naturally, when you talk to fans, you talk to people that they look at Alabama football like looking at their next breath. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Well, in discussions with Tide fans, the most important player or the most important injured defensive player coming back, of course, it's Dylan Moses. Everybody excited to have Moses back. If you just post people around, Tuscaloosa and surrounding areas, it's Dylan's back. Alabama's going to finally have the defense that it was supposed to have had, a season ago. So Dylan would be the main guy. Behind Dylan, you would have people excited to see Joshua McMillan back. I mean, McMillan taught Moses the defense. People felt like last year was going to be his first year actually starting, actually being like a main key contributor, on the football team until he had a knee injury in a preseason scrimmage. So folks will throw some love McMillan's way. And for number 3, you would have guys happy to see DJ Dale back. I mean, DJ Dale had a good freshman year, and then he got hurt, hurt his foot, hurt his knee, not a part of the season. And, people are like, Dale's back, sophomore year. Let's see what he can provide. And all 3 of those guys are important, but people lose sight on LaBryan Ray's back too. A lot of people lose sight on LaBryan Ray at 6'5", 292 pounds, the redshirt junior out of James Clemens High School in the North, Alabama, the Madison area. This is a young man that when he came to the Crimson Tide in 2017, this was a 5-star. This was a bona fide 5-star. And I remember speaking about a year ago to Rudy Griffin, former Alabama defensive lineman Rudy Griffin, who is now the head coach at Bessemer City High School. And Coach Griffin was talking with me about how when he was the defensive coordinator, defensive line coach at Hewitt-Trussville, they took on James Clemens quite a bit. And one of the best battles was Pierce Quick versus LaBryan Ray. And that was war in the trenches. There were moments where Pierce Quick got the better of LaBryan Ray. There were moments where LaBryan Ray got the better of Pierce Quick. And there was about, according to Coach Griffin, there were some serious moments where Ray had big-time pass rush moves, putting them on Quick and getting to the quarterback, and it kind of looked like Terrell Suggs out there. That's the guy that Rudy compared LaBryan Ray to, NFL legend, NFL big-time pass rusher Terrell Suggs. And when Ray, first got to Alabama, his freshman year, he showed some big flashes. I mean, he had a couple of sacks, a couple of tackles for loss. Things were starting to trend upward for him as he was a part of that team that won the national championship in 2017, but suffered from a foot injury. And then he came back his sophomore year and really came up some. 39 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss. Numbers creeping up there. 2.5 sacks, 2 pass breakups, 2 quarterback hurries, but still had the case of, the medical mishaps, the medical yips. The foot injury got to him again. And then this past year, had the lower, leg injury. It was probably at the foot again, but it was, looked at as a lower leg injury. He played through the first 3 games, got hurt against South Carolina. Had 9 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, a sack, and a forced fumble. So despite the injuries in the seasons he's played in, we're looking at 53 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 2 pass breakups, 2 quarterback hurries, and 1 forced fumble. And prior to the injuries kind of coming in here, a lot of people felt like, maybe LaBryan Ray is that next defensive lineman, that next major pass rusher, that next kind of first-round pick type guy. Some people still looked at, Raekwon Davis as that guy, but others was like, Raekwon, maybe, kind of, sort of, nah. I'm going to go with LaBryan Ray, as that next guy. And, of course, the injuries to Ray have forced Christian Barmore to the forefront, as now everybody's talking about Barmore as being the most exciting, energetic, tough, determined, passionate, elevated. Like, everyone's looking at Christian Barmore like, this is the guy. Like, this is the one. Like, this right here is the second coming of Quentin Williams. This right here is the second coming of Ashawn Robinson. This right here is the second coming of Jonathan Allen. Though I don't think Christian Barmore has that military mindset that Jonathan Allen was, because Allen was kind of crazy. Jonathan Allen was that dude that would be in the press conference room and folks were like, well, Jonathan Allen, other defenses can't do this. Other defenses can't do this. I mean, other defenses, they ain't Alabama, are they? Alabama does. Alabama can do this. Alabama can light you up. We Alabama, we ain't them. Jonathan Allen would rip people. He would rip reporters. He would have just the straightest face and look at the camera. Alabama does. Deal with it. So I don't know if Christian Barmore has that military type of mindset that Allen does. Maybe he does, but everybody's looking at Christian Barmore now as the man, and rightfully so, and limited action. He had big production, and he's looking to have even more production this season. But I bring up LaBryan Ray just due to, with him back, Raekwon Davis out, you have a LaBryan Ray, somebody that has the experience, somebody that kind of has that hunger, somebody that got a chance to watch, right? From the outside looking in on, okay, I see what happens to this team when Alabama doesn't pay attention to detail. I see what happens to the team when the players don't listen to Coach Saban. I see what happens to the team when, we don't have discipline. I see what happens to the team when we are not playing the way we're supposed to play. And what happens is Alabama loses football games, and when Alabama loses football games, it's a snowball effect, right? It hurts the coaches, it hurts the players, it hurts the fans, because everybody is so much invested. Everybody is dialed in. Everybody looks at Alabama football. There are so many people that go, well, it doesn't matter what's going on wrong in my life. As long as I've got Alabama football, I'm good, I'm Gucci, I'm fine. Alabama football's keeping this thing going. So LaBryan Ray got a chance to see that sort of firsthand last season. And with him back at the defensive end position, he's got the pass rush moves. He's got the ability to affect the quarterback. He's got the ability to stuff the run. He's got the ability to aggravate guys. And even though he might not be the biggest talker, LaBryan Ray kind of gives you that look. And the reporters, he kind of gave us that look from time to time last year in interviews. LaBryan Ray's got a look. He don't have to talk. He give you that look. You like, you know what? I'm going to shut up, LeBron. I'm going to shut up, LeBron. I ain't going to ask you nothing else, LeBron. I ain't going to ask you nothing else. You don't got to look at me no more. LaBryan Ray give you that look. He give you that look. The whole interview stops. The whole presser stops. Everything stops because that man is highly aggravated. So he's got that nonverbal cue to kind of sort of police the team. So him being back. Now, am I saying he's going to be a first-round pick? He's got potential if he stays healthy. If LaBryan Ray can stay healthy, and that's the reason why you've got David Ballou and Dr. Matt Ray in here with the speed training, with the flexibility, with the injury prevention, with the strength training. So if LaBryan Ray can stay healthy, if he can stay healthy and put on some really good tape, put in some really good production, take some pressure off Christian Barmore, take some pressure off DJ Dale, take some pressure off Dylan Moses, take some pressure off, all the guys on defense that will be rotated in and out. If LaBryan Ray comes back full-blooded with a vengeance, takes pressure off folks, really get after, opposing teams, I can see him as a first-round pick right now. If I just had to call it, he would be more so of a potential early to mid to late second-round guy. Mid to late second-round guy if I had to put a poll on it right now. But he does have the potential, if he puts together a good film work, and if he can stay healthy, to be a first-round guy. But looking forward to seeing what LaBryan Ray to do this year, as he is back to relive his money year, his junior year on the defensive line. But, folks, as always, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage on your Crimson Tide. This is very simple, very easy to do. You download the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You can get this from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you just so happen to have the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we got you for iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, Google Play, or iHeartRadio. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I shall return on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Alabama football. Until next time, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives, appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue to find those ways to legitimately now not be bored as summer coming in. Get those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself. Protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, and this has been In My Own Words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.